They say about you at your funeral. Listen, it's real simple, right? Coach T is here to just kind of give you insight. One of the first assignments that I give anybody I mentor and that I coach and that I work with is the same assignment that my college professor gave me in college, in a health and PE class, and actually my kinesiology class. She challenged us to write an obituary. What would they say about you at your funeral? That was about the most profound thing to think about as a 19-year-old coming straight from high school. But it gave me perspective. It gave me a time to sit down and do either, you had an option to write an obituary, to write tributes, or what have you. And I want to challenge you right now to do the same, to think about when you decide, or not when you decide, when the time comes that you're no longer allowed to take actions on this side of the dirt, on this level, then what will they have said about you from there, right? I read a book called A Dash, and the book called A Dash also assists. It's a story about you have two dates, right? You have two dates on your obituary, on a tombstone, and you have maybe let's just do the year 1980, and then 2020, right? 2050, right? What have you, right? 1980, 2050. But in between that, you have a dash. You have a dash. And the question is, which one of those dates are the most important? Neither. The day you're born and the day you die is not important. But what did you do in between? That dash is the most important piece on your tombstone, on your obituary. So this is my challenge to you, to go ahead and take out the time. It don't got to be long and broad. I want you to do 3 steps, right? I want you to think about a loved one, your significant other, whomever that may be, at the time that when you pass, what would they say about you? What would they say about your character? Right? What would they say about you and your responsibilities, your commitments? Right? How well did you support, guide, and lead them? Then I want you to think about some children. All right? Whether it be your children, whether it be nieces or nephews, what would they say about you? Right? Because we have people that don't have kids, that grow old and don't have kids of their own. So you have nieces and nephews or god kids that you have provided insight to, leadership to, role modeling to. What would they say about you? And last but not least, a coworker, someone you work with on a daily basis that work close with you. What would they say about your work ethics? What would they say about how you came to work? Did you come here every day and complain? Did you come here to get the job done? Did you come here with solutions? Did you come here to point out all the flaws? Did you come here with nothing but, drama all the time? So I would like you to think about those 3 scenarios: a significant other, some younger generation, and someone that worked with you up here. What would they say at your funeral? You had to get up and talk for 2 minutes. You can be as thorough as you want. You can be as short as you want. But you have a alpha and you have omega. You have a beginning and you have that end. What did you do in between those times? Think about it. Write it down. That's your first assignment as my mentee. Thank you. Invest now and grow your future. If you would like to have a coaching call with me and you found this valuable, please definitely put a thumbs up on here. If you don't like it, put a thumbs down on there. If you want to share it with somebody else, that's the most important piece. Definitely share the information with other people so that they can know I exist. It brought you value. It may bring them value. These are some actionable steps that make sense. And I hope this worked for you. And if you do it, and you don't mind sharing that information with everybody else, feel free to come back and put in the comments area so that other people can read and get inspired and motivated and encouraged by you taking action and doing what you say you're going to do, right? I definitely would love you to join us on Facebook group at Why Wait to Be Great Goal Overachievers. That's a community where I post daily. I love it. I stay in there. That's my bread and butter. It's free. It's a place where I can connect with like-minded people, or at least provide some kind of information to you. Get in there and engage. Get in there and get active. Get in there and post your inspiring, motivating, and encourage stories, right? And again, you can go to investingnow2021.com and get on my account, right? Get on my 15 minutes, right? Give me a conversation. Give me a talk. Let's have a discussion for 15 minutes to get clarity on what you're wanting to do in life. And maybe I can help you with a plan and path forward. That's the next step. All right. I think I did a link in here as well. If you really want to get intentional with, this is a spreadsheet that I designed. It's very basic. Status Sunday. I sit down and I look at it. All right. And I add information on there. And I learn my gaps in a day where I can do things that I said I don't have time to do. I learn those gaps in times where I can take actions and intentional actions on what I want to do. And I be very intentional. So I want to encourage you to do the same. And then at the same token, reach out. Coach T out. Thank you for all you do.